Hey ho, my name is Jo. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Joanna. I go by Jo, and I am Fight and Read Like a Girl, where I do things bookish and polycystic ovarian syndrome related. If you are coming back or returning, hi, how are you? I'm so happy you are here. I'm so happy you clicked on this video. I'm so happy that you're sticking with me as I deal with all this bullshit in my life. So, if you want to see the books that I have currently read, I have finished. Oh, let's try that again. If you want to see the books that I have finished, the books that I'm currently reading, and the books that I'd like to try to get to, keep watching. Hey ho, my name is Jo. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. Thank you to anybody who's still stuck by me, even though I haven't done a video in a really long time. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's hold that thought. No. Okay, so, yeah. The reason it's been a long time since I've done a video is because mental health is what I've been kind of struggling with a little bit, trying to find myself, basically, and I really miss doing YouTube videos. And sorry, that's an airplane. I definitely really have missed doing the YouTube videos. I've been doing a lot more on TikTok lately, but I really love the videos where I can sit down and talk to you and just go on and on and on. Like a TikTok video, you can only do so much. But, yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about books that I've read recently, and we are going to be talking about books that I want to read soon, or what I'm doing is I'm giving you a whole reading update. Like, you are going to basically get a step. You're going to get a huge entire step into my life right now and what I've been reading, what I'm currently reading, and yeah. As it sits right now, I have finished 17 books cover to cover from the start of January, and not where I want to be right now, but it's okay. So, let's go ahead and first dive in to the books that I have read recently over the last couple of months. I believe, I don't even really remember the last book I talked about, but we're going to start with this one. Where did I put it? Right there. So the first book that I'm going to talk about is Birdhouse by Kelly Simmons. Now, this was about a woman who has dementia, and she started writing down her story, and she just had a lot of regrets with her daughter-in-law. Yeah, her daughter-in-law, and I don't know, like, I feel like something was missing from this. Like, there's a lot of details that could have been put in here that were left out. As somebody who works with somebody with dementia, I can full-heartedly say there was a lot of details missing, and I feel like maybe that was point of the story, but I don't know, maybe I missed something on here, but you know, it's okay. I'm here for it. It is what it is. But I really did not actually care for this as somebody who works with somebody who has dementia. I gave this 2 out of 5 stars, and it just wasn't for me. I might even think about putting this on Pango and sell it because it just was not for me. Maybe I read it at the wrong time in my life. I don't know. But would I say that this is a good book for somebody to read who's discovering that their loved one has dementia? No. Find something else, because this just, no, maybe I just read it at the wrong time in my life. I don't know. But would not recommend. Alright, so the next book that I've read recently is Little House in the Big Woods by Laura Ingalls Wilder. I always end up giving this 5 out of 5 stars. It is one of my comfort reads. It's a book that I read to get myself out of a reading slump. It's been a few years since I've read it, so that's why I read it this year, and it never disappoints me. If you're not familiar with Laura Ingalls Wilder, this book is her kind of like life in the big woods, and she talks about like adventures like with her father, and her father plays the violin. Personally, this is the first time I listened to it on Audible, and I actually recommend the audiobook because the narrator does such a good job. There's music with it, and it's just beautifully well done. And I always end up giving this 5 out of 5 stars every time I read it. So definitely one of my favorites. Oh, this next one I am so freaking excited to talk about because I would say this is probably going to be one of my favorites of 2024. But so a little backstory on this. So I received an ARC copy of this, or advanced reader copy, on my Kindle, so I was able to read it there. And then I got selected for a PR box. I will leave a link to my TikTok so you can kind of see me unbox that PR box. And I'm just so happy that I was selected for this. And I follow all of these authors on TikTok, and you should too, and you should pick up this book. But that is The Roommates by Brandy Pitts, Patience C. I can't say it, and Stevie Bakos. Bagos. I'm totally saying their names wrong, and I am so sorry if you guys see this video. But anyway, so this is so freaking good. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, I believe. Yeah, so this got 5 out of 5 stars with me. Like, this is a dark, twisted tale based around 3 girls who are after graduation. Their lives take a complete and total turn when they meet a hot singer who just, like, every single person has a different thing. Like, one of them's got a killer or like a mafia boss trying to find her. One's falling in love with a rock singer but who's kind of obsessive. And then you've got what was the third one? There's just so much to this. Like, I'm going to leave a link down below so you guys can check this out, but I absolutely loved this. And like, this is like what their characters are based upon, so I highly recommend this. Like I said, I did receive the ARC, or an actual copy, and they did sign it. So this is not bragging or anything, but I don't know what to say about this book because it was just so freaking good, and I'm always thinking about this book. I'm constantly thinking about it, and I'm so excited to reread this. And when I do reread it, I'm gonna take in every single word. I'm so excited. I don't know what else to say about that book besides it was just really good. It's hard to explain really what it was about, but you know. Okay, so next two I read on my Kindle. We have The Teacher by Freya McFadden. 5 out of 5 stars. Really? So this was 5 out of 5 stars. Like, Freya McFadden has quickly become one of my favorite authors. And this one was a very chilling story about revenge and lessons and just trust no one. And this book, I was expecting the ending, but like not in the way that it was portrayed. And this was 5 out of 5 stars just because it was so well done, so good. And with Freya McFadden, I feel like I never expect the twist that's coming. And The Teacher is one of those I would love to reread again, but reread it for the first time. Like, it's one of those books. And it just, I can't express enough how much I love this book. Next I have Never Lie by Freya McFadden. This one had a really interesting twist where you have this couple who are struggling in fertility, and they end up getting trapped in this house, or they're searching for the house of their dreams, excuse me. And they find this house, but they end up getting snowed in, and then they start uncovering the secrets of this house. And the twist with that one, not what I was expecting at all. Freya McFadden has a way to do that. 5 out of 5 stars with this book, and if you have not picked up a Freya McFadden book, I would actually say start with Never Lie, and then maybe do the Teacher. Those are both really good. Like, I think those are both 2 good starting points. Sorry, I'm waiting for an email from my landlord, and hasn't come in yet. But yeah, I would definitely recommend any Freya McFadden book. Like, I can't say I've read them all, but I've read a good portion of them, and I have enjoyed them. They've been really good. And the next book that we have that I'm going to talk about is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. My first experience with Elizabeth Acevedo, this was really good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars just because it didn't really flow or didn't end the way I thought it was going to, and I didn't really care for the ending, but this was really good. I don't almost feel like I really need to talk about this, but Xmara is what I called her, or X. She's a poet, and she writes like in a journal. Overall, very, very good. I enjoyed it. I don't know really what else to say about it. Right. The next one I have is The Princess Saves Herself in this one by Amanda Lovelace. And this one I thoroughly enjoyed. 5 out of 5 stars. I related to a lot of the things in here. Let's see, I've got some quotable stuff in here. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, just like this one. I have The Princess, crossed out. I was born. I was a little book mad. I could be found stoking the spines of my books while I sat locked alone inside my tower, scratched out bedroom. All the while, I hoped my books would spill their exquisite words over the lush green carpet so I could collect them all one by one and savor them like berries inside my mouth. Forever a collector of words. I love that. I thought this was really good. 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm recommending it to you. So here you go. This is definitely something I want to reread at some point, and I really did enjoy this. I believe, unless I find something better, this is going to be making some of my top books, one of my top books of 2024. Oh, this one, next one. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to talk about this one. So this next one I am super excited to talk about because it's by one of my favorite authors, and he's an indie author. I follow him on TikTok, and you should too, because he's wonderful. I believe he's also on Instagram and Facebook. Not sure. But this book is a part of a new series. I did a couple reviews on it on TikTok, and you should go check those out. But this is part of a new series, and I cannot wait for the next book. He's hinting that it's going to come out in July. I cannot wait. It was supposed to be June, but then it's got pushed back. It's a whole thing. I'm so excited. 5 out of 5 stars, and every book that I've read from this author has been 5 out of 5 stars. But we have Rust Colored Rain by Otto Schaefer. So this is like a zombie apocalypse breakout, but there's a different twist to it. So this one is like it takes place in Illinois. Macon, Illinois, I think is what it was. So there is a asteroid or a meteor that hits the Earth, which then causes the rain to turn to like this rust color. And I don't want to give anything away. Let me see. Okay, so I'm not going to give it away. I try not to give it away. But basically, the whole idea is after this meteor hit, it caused people to go crazy and become zombies. And they try to figure out why. But it could be like bright, sunny one moment, and then the next, it's not. So, yeah. This was so good, you guys. Like, you can find a copy of this on Amazon, or you can go to the TikTok and find Otto Schaefer and get his TikTok shop, because if you do that, he will sign it for you, as well as put together like a PR box. Do I still have that box? Actually, I will show you what he does. So this is the box he sends it in. Like, that's his actual handprint, which is really cool. But yeah, I really do recommend this book. And if you are like a zombie person, or kind of like the zombie apocalypse type stuff, I think you would really like this. It has a different twist on it. And I just because from the author, it says the first book is a thrilling new science fiction zombie series. If you are yearning for a character-driven thrill ride, edge-of-your-seat suspense, and a brain-craving zombies, then you will love Rust-Colored Rain. That says it all. Like, ow, I just hit myself with it. I absolutely love this book, and I can't get enough of it. I cannot wait for the next one. All right, Stranger by Albert Camus. That's what we're talking about. So this was like a classic of like 20th century literature, and I don't know, maybe it wasn't for me. I didn't care for it. I don't even really remember what this book was about, so it probably didn't stick with me. You know, it is what it is. Lastly, for the books that I've read recently, is I have My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You That She Is Sorry by Frederick Bachman. This was my second book that I read by him. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This was so good. Unputdownable. I found myself thinking about this book when I wasn't reading it, and all I wanted to do was just read it and read it and read it. And I think I finished this in like 3 days, which is saying a lot for me. But that is like the last book that I really read. But this one is kind of like 2 different timelines. You have Elsa, who's 7, and she's a little bit different. And then you've got her grandmother, who's like 77. She's old. She's like a little crazy. And Elsa always used to take refuge in her grandmother's stories, and then all of a sudden her grandmother dies and leaves Elsa like behind, and she finds like this journal and talking about fairy tales and all that fun stuff. It was a wild ride. I am so for this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars just because it didn't end the way I wanted it to. But when I go back to it, of course, I'm probably going to end up reading it again. Alright, so now we are going to get to the books that I am currently reading. Now, little thing on this. So, I have put them on my currently reading list because I've read at least 1 chapter of them. There are a couple of books that I have read that are the books that I'm currently reading where I've read more than 1 chapter, but at least most of these I've read at least 1 chapter. So first I have Take No Shit, Building Better Relationships. What is it? Come on, show me. Take no shit, build better relationships through discovering and creating, maintaining healthy boundaries in 3, sometimes 5 simple steps. It's a long worded, but yeah, it's by Heather Claus. And this one just basically that, like, it's teaching yourself how to do boundaries. And it's been taking me a little while to get through this because, like, this is one of those where I want to have a journal and sit down and read it. And I've been reading it on my Kindle, but it's just been taking me a while because that's just one of those nonfiction books that I need a journal for, and I just haven't done it yet. So please forgive it. I have the scanner going in the background. Hopefully that's not picking up too much. Next, I have The Guest by B.A. Paris. This should be an obvious that I'm reading it, and I literally have only read one chapter of it. It's just not something I'm in the mood for to read right now, and like, B.A. Paris is usually like one of those books that, like, or one of those authors that I will sit down and binge read. So this is going to be included in a TBR somewhere, like for like a reading vlog or something like that, because I usually end up binge reading B.A. Paris, and it's not that I don't want to read it right now, it's just I haven't had the time to binge read it. So we're here. The book is currently in my car, that's why I don't have a copy of it right now. So then I have 2 more not audio, what are they called, digital books, Kindle books, I guess. We have Still House Lake by Rachel Kane. This one has been really good so far. So this one is like about like a serial killer. Is it a serial killer? I guess I need to give myself an update here. So this one is like, there's like this mom who's on the run with her kids because of their past. Like, they were in a car accident and it reveals her husband's secret that he's a serial killer, and she just now is trying to take care of her kids. Like, her ex is now in prison, and they finally find this like home, and they're like trying to like feel safe, but then things start to unravel because they have like new identities, and things are just starting to unravel, and like that's like kind of where I'm at right now. This is like a I don't know how many books is in this series, but it is a series. Yeah. Am I enjoying it? Well, yes. I feel like so I definitely feel like this book has made me think about, like, you know, a little bit of my past, and I'm super excited to see where this one's going to go. So yeah. Next Kindle book that I have I'm reading is Bonded by Thorns by Elizabeth Helen. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I felt the need to read one, and I'm here. I haven't gotten very far into it, so I really can't fully tell you what it's about. But what I have read, it's really good so far. So, last but not least is the book that I'm currently reading. I feel like I'm reading a lot, but it's just because I've been such a mood reader lately and whatnot. So the last book I have is The Ladies of the Secret Circus by Constance Sayers. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am on page 166 of this book, and the wild ride that I've been taken for is amazing. I am so in love with this book so far, and I cannot wait to see how this ends. This is like the book that I've been taking to work with me. This is the book that I am able, I have been reading like when I have some downtime at work, and I'm so in love. Like, I definitely think this is going to be 5 stars for me when I finish it. I hope. I definitely hope. So now that we've gotten through the books that I've read and the books that I'm currently reading, let's talk a little bit about the books that I would like to try to get to soon. Because now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the books that I would like to try to get to in the month of June. I'm not really one to set a TBR. Like, I used to do that in the past, but then, like, with me being such a mood reader, like, I would never finish them or never get to them. I'd pick up something else and read something completely, like, off, like, what I had set for myself. But the first one we have is this, The Ladies of the Secret Circus, which is what I'm currently reading, what I would like to try to get through, and what I'd like to try to finish. And any other, like, the other books that I have that I'm currently reading, I would like to try to finish those. But I do a lot of more reading in the summertime, and now that we're getting into summer, there's going to be a lot more reading done by me. But yeah, I would like to finish the books that I'm currently reading. I've got a couple of reading vlog ideas coming up that will help that. But yeah, like a couple of these might even be a part of that reading vlog as well. I have an idea for a reading vlog in mind. So first, I have Little Big Lies by Lady Mondiali. This one is an HBO series, and I would like to read this because I have HBO, or Max, whatever it's called now, and I don't know. Like, this would be like my second time reading something from her. I don't know. I mean, I also want to try to read Apples That Are Fall, but I think I want to try to stick with this one first and then go from there. So that'll be part of it. Next I have One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I absolutely loved Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. There we go. I didn't really care for Malibu Rising. I think I ended up DNFing Malibu Rising. I don't remember. But this is now a movie, and I can find it on Hulu, and I'm really excited. Like, this is kind of like high school sweetheart type thing, and then he disappears, and then he comes back type of deal, and kind of here for it. I had a high school sweetheart that I almost married, so I feel like I might relate to this one. I'm not sure, but we shall see. The last book that I have that I would like to try to finish or read is The Maidens by Alex Mandels. I know I'm saying that wrong. I have heard such mixed reviews on this book, but the only way I can determine if I'm going to like it is if I actually read it, right? Right. So I've heard good things and I've heard bad things about this, but I absolutely loved The Silent Patient. Like, I find myself recommending that book over and over again, and I'm kind of want to see what his second book is like. I do own his third one, so I need to get to this one so I can read that one, because I'm always one of those that, you know, every time I read somebody's book, I try to read them in order. But that's just me. But yeah, psychological, Greek mythology, like, I'm here for it. It sounds great, and I'm super excited to get to this, and I hope that it's not as bad as people say, but we will see. So if you made it this far in this video, and I feel like this video was all over the place, thank you. I appreciate you so much. I'm definitely hoping to get more videos out soon. I have a couple of videos coming that should be really exciting. One includes Little Big Lies, or Big Little Lies. It also includes Taylor Jenkins Reid, The One True Loves. And it will also include maybe one other. But that will be kind of like stretched along. So we will see what happens. But if you made it this far, thank you. And please hit subscribe to join my cute little family here. Because I talk books, I talk polycystic ovarian syndrome. That's who I am. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I will see you in my next one.